Hey guys, this could be a quick video on hydrogen usage, especially when taken off from planets. I often see people like complaining hydrogen's super inefficient and they always need like some elaborate system to leave planets. So what we're going to do is I've got a ship here. It's just a hydrogen tank with some thrusters, a couple of reactors. It has got an antenna on it, a cockpit and a gyro. That's it. This is like the minimum you need for a hydrogen ship. Okay, so we'll unpause it, and I'm in survival, but I have got admin turned on, so I can copy and paste this ship over. Just because we're going to do this twice in the incorrect way and then the correct way. So just do that. I'm just going to refill my hydrogen to use as little as possible from the ship, and we'll take off. So this is how most people would leave a planet, right? You just hold down W or space if you're, what the direction you need to fly in, and see how far you can get. So let's do that. Each one of these pips represents 25% of hydrogen. So every time one disappears, so like when the next one goes, we'll know that we've only just hit below 75%. 0.9 should be approaching the, there you go, you can see the atmosphere. Try and keep an eye on those pips as well. So there you go, just hit below 75%. We haven't even escaped the atmosphere yet. Let's keep on going. There it is. I haven't actually tried these out yet, so I'm not sure. Maybe it can reach gravity well, but I highly doubt it if we've used over 75%. If we use over 25% already, we haven't left the gravity. There you go, we're out of the atmosphere now. Keep on going. So a pip's just turned off, which means we're just below half full. We're only at 0.7. I mean, it does get easier the more you fly up because there's less gravity, so you're using less fuel to burn away from said gravity. The mass of your ship becomes less of a factor. Although this literally weighs 8,000. Doesn't weigh anything. 0.5. Must be approaching about 25% by now, I'd assume. So let's see, there you go. The last pip's just gone. Still going. So we've just got about 25% of a tank left. So I don't know, probably hit around 0.3 maybe with a bit of drift. But here's the thing, like, even if magically we did escape the gravity well, like, we'd have no fuel at all, so we wouldn't be able to go anywhere. There you go, we're at 0.35. We've just run out of fuel. So our ship is still going forwards, but you can see it's slowing down quite a lot, and then it will reverse and crash back into the planet. So we'll delete that. We'll kid ourselves, because I've got a medical bay right next to the launch pad. Now we're going to do it the same again, but I'm going to show you how to do it more efficiently by using overrides. And I can tell you, if that hits 0.3, we'll easily break the atmosphere this time. So I easily break the gravity well, sorry. So I'm just going to land because there's a few things I want to set up. Right, so the first thing is we're going to need our takeoff, like the main thruster that we're using. So that'll be our large one. If you're using more than one, make a group. In fact, I think I already did that, yeah. Or just for all the thrusters, but yeah, make a group. And then you drag that down to your taskbar, and we're going to have a decrease override on 1. And we have an increase override on 2. You'll really see how powerful this is now. So I'm going to turn off the inertial dampeners, because I don't want the forward thruster. In fact, did I even put a forward? No, I haven't even put one on, so I don't need to worry about that. But normally, yeah, turn off your inertial dampeners. I'll do it anyway, just for the sake of the video. And now I'm just going to override that forward thruster to maximum. until I hit 100 ms. I keep on override. You see it takes off straight away. There you go, 100 ms. Now what I want to do is decrease it constantly. So I'm just pressing 1 until the 100 starts dropping. There you go, it starts to drop. So we'll go back up. Go back up 1. Go back up 1. We're at 100. There you go, so we're at 100. Now we know maximum is 400. When you hold down W or the directional, it will always go to maximum thrust. Which basically means right now, we're using 25% of the fuel that we was using before when we was holding down W. And it's also hands-free. Which is now, to like even just if we continued like this, we would break the gravity well. But we can save even more fuel and be more efficient by periodically testing to see if we can drop down that 100 kilonewtons. I think that's what KN stands for. I hope so. Otherwise, just made myself look like an idiot. So yeah, we'll keep on going up. And now you can see the planetary gravity is dropping. It's saying like 0.8. So that's a good sign to test. So let's drop it down to 80. We're still maintaining 100. Let's try again 60. Right, it's dropping now. So we know 80 is what we need to maintain the 100 ms. If you want to be even more efficient, you could leave it like it is now and just kind of wait. So if you notice, now it's going back up again. Because obviously the gravity is dropping all the time. And you're going to need less and less thrust to break from free. So was that about 50% of a tank last time when we hit this area? We're still above 75% at the moment. I'm going to try dropping it down again. See, I'm losing speed quite rapidly now, so I don't want to leave it too long. If it hits like 95, I'll go back up. Might be okay. Yep, now it's going back up. That's kind of your goal, like the whole time, is you just want to drop it. You know, try and keep the minimum amount of thrust that you actually need. Right, 75 just disappeared, so we've got 75% of the tank left. We're at 0.4. Bear in mind, the last ship only made it to 0.35. We're already at 0.4, and we've got 75% of the tank. We're at 40 kilonewtons, so maximum is 400. So when you're holding down W, we're now using 10% of the fuel that you'd be using if you held down W. So as I was saying last time, like even if we broke the gravity well with the old ship, we wouldn't be able to go anywhere or do anything because we'd have no hydrogen left. I'm gonna assume, probably quite safe assumption, that when we breach the gravity well with this ship, we'll have about 65% worth of fuel left. Right, let's drop this down again. So that is dropping. It is dropping. We're down at 98 now, but it's going so slow. I'll probably just leave it. You want to try and like set yourself like a limit. Mine's normally around 90 ms. Like if it drops below 90 ms, then I'll boost it back up again. But sometimes I just let it coast. So like now it's very slowly raising again. So we're at 20 kilonewtons now. This is actually the minimum that you can override your thrusters to. It's 5% of if you held down your forwards key. That's how much fuel. So you can see that hydrogen can actually be incredibly efficient. Now I know, yeah, atmospheric thrusters and our own thrusters don't use power. I mean, that's they don't use fuel, so they just use power. But as you can see, my fuel time is 4 years. I have got 100 ingots in the ship. Don't ask why. Just an easy to spawn number. But yeah, 100 ingots in the ship gives me 4 years of power. Because hydrogen actually doesn't really use power. It doesn't use ingots. It doesn't need solar powers. It needs such a little amount. That's what makes it great. What we can do now with a 20, if we really want to scrape and save every bit of hydrogen we can actually completely disable it. Now we will start slowing down because gravity. But you know, like I was saying before, so you hit 90 and then we'll go up again. And just keep yo-yoing it constantly between like 90 and 100. So once you hit 100, decrease it. 90, increase it. I'm not going to bother because honestly it doesn't save that much. 20 on a ship this size isn't going to use anything. We're puffing out fumes. And let's have a look. We're at 0.1 now. and our tank is 68% full. So yeah, we're pretty close to that 70% gas. Definitely between a 65 and a 70. We're at 0.1 now. So holding down W, we couldn't even get past 0.35. Doing it this way, like with the overrides, we're going to breach the gravity well and still have like 65% of our fuel left. We could easily get to the moon with this ship. I'm not sure if my pilot would survive because we're already down to 75% oxygen, but he might do. A few oxygen bottles would solve that issue though. But yeah, we could easily get the ship to the moon, and we could definitely land. I mean, landing is kind of a case of just aim at the planet, go maximum speed, turn off your thrusters, and just drift into the planet, and then activate your thrusters. Like, I tend to go for like 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers from the surface, which is way over the top. Like, that's so safe to do it that way, but I prefer that because there's been many a times I've just collided into the floor. Right, we're at 0.06. You can see we've still got over 50% because 2 pips are lit up. Let's keep on going. Should be done. Sorry, I know it's not the most interesting thing is to watch a ship blast into outer space, but this is supposed to be more educational than it is entertaining. There you go, we've hit the gravity well, so I can turn off the override now and we'll continue at 100 ms. If I did want to stop, I haven't got a forwards thruster, so I just have to do a 180 and activate my inertia dampeners, and that will use a lot of fuel. Just stopping uses a lot of fuel. But yeah, so we've hit the gravity well, we have stopped, and let's check out that tank. 63.14%. So, I mean, we could land and easily land, might even be able to take off again if we really squeeze out every tiny bit of hydrogen fuel. Definitely easily get to the moon. I mean, that's a 10-minute journey, so I won't bother, but easily get to that moon. Moons have like no gravity, so they're super easy to fly around in a hydrogen ship. So yeah, I hope this helps some people that are struggling to leave planets or create hydrogen ships. You don't need anything big and elaborate. Like I said, I've done it with just this. Obviously, the more weight you add, the more hydrogen you're going to want. You can also increase your time of flight by adding oxygen generators. And yeah, they're the main ways, but you basically just kind of got to get a feel for it. It is an experimental process. There's no sure way. I mean, you can build like 1,000 hydrogen thrusters and guarantee to always get up there, but you kind of want to do it for the, especially in survival, you don't want to be building those kind of materials. So yeah, I hope this helps some people.